Greetings out there, and welcome to Live Reality Games, a network here of creators making our favorite shows into reality. We have special tonight. I always like doing these cast assessments, cast drafts. They're super fun to talk about brand new seasons of great shows. This great show we're talking about tonight is The Penthouse, Season 4. Liz and I were lucky to cover this last year during the whole pandemic. It was great to sit down with the cast and talk to them. And now this season, we can't wait to sit down and talk with this new cast and see how this whole new game goes. Liz is still working on a few things over in Australia. She'll be with us shortly. But here we have other special guests to introduce. We have Jamie tonight. Jamie, how are you?
I am well. Thank you so much for having me, Dustyn.
A lot of folks caught up with the Mole, Michigan Mole, and of course Silver Screen. How was those experiences for you, and what did you take from that, and what are you doing now?
Honestly, amazing overall. I'll say, I did Victory House's Silver Screen first. That was my first ever live game, and I was absolutely terrified going into it. I did not think that it would go well for me. I did not think people would like me. All my social anxiety and negative self-talk definitely came out. I'm very glad that I went, though. I think for me, all I really wanted was to have a full experience in one of these games. So getting to do that while getting to make a couple of very close friends and making it all the way to the end was really awesome. And I also get to join the elite but ever-growing list of finalists who have lost a game directly to Sarena Nelson. So that's fun. Yeah. But now since those, I am going to be hosting my own mole game live. So that'll be fun. As soon as I got back from Victory House, I decided it's something I want to do after having hosted online for 5 years. Thought it was about time. So that's going to be coming up in April, just finishing our casting now.
That is fantastic to hear. And starting a new live reality game is always a big experience out there for a lot of folks, and especially for the community. So we wish you the best of luck and can't wait to talk to you about when the episodes are, when the cast is released, when that comes out. So best of luck. Up next, we have Sarena. Sarena, welcome. How are you tonight?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm doing well tonight. How are you guys?
Doing fantastic. Sarena, you participated in a new live reality game airing right now, Live to Give. Can you tell us a little bit about that experience and why we should check it out?
Yeah, I mean, Live to Give is a really awesome experience based off Survivor. It's a charity event. Every contestant gets to pick their own charity, raise basically as much money as you can for whatever it is, the cause that you believe in, and then get to play a game that so many people love. This has been my second season on Live to Give. I came back as a favorite, and it was really amazing, and I hope everybody checks out the episodes. First episode just came out this past weekend, and it's a good one. It's a great cast.
Sarena, I watched your initial Live to Give season, just randomly watching it before we started podcasting about stuff, and it was really enjoyable, and you got booted way too soon. So best of luck this season, okay?
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Derrick is here as well. Derrick, welcome. How are you?
What's up? I'm doing well. Thank you so much. Pleasure to be
Derrick
here.
Will not be participating in the draft. However, he will be joining in for little production side notes here and there. Derrick was actually a participant in season 3, and you helped out a little bit in season 4. Is that correct?
I did, yes. So I tell people that I was what I wish we had for season 3 for the season 4 cast, and that was just somebody that wasn't there to play, which we had production that was there, but the production for my season, shout out to them, they got the job done. But they just got the job done. They weren't moral support. They weren't there to, talk to us and have a good time with us and things like that. So I was there for that. I had a good time with the cast. They honestly put so much into this. I'm so excited for everyone to see what they did. It's going to be the best season yet. The goal is always to elevate and be better than the season before, and they understood the assignment. So I can't wait for it to be seen.
Just looking at the cast, it looks like a lot of big personalities, a lot of craziness, and a lot of strategy players too. Jamie, do you get that feeling going into this?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it's exciting. I don't actually know any of these people personally, so it'll be cool to see all these new personalities, how they intermingle. But based on everything I see, it seems like it's going to be fun.
Sarena, what did you look at the cast going into this? Did you watch that silent podcast, or did you flip through some pictures, or how did you get to know the cast?
Yeah, I flipped through some of the pictures, some of the bios, watched the intro for the season, and there's some. I think there's some real gamers in here, and also like a lot of different personalities. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that all plays out and how they all interact with each other, especially because I think there's like a returnee as well. So that's really exciting.
Yeah, Jada, speaking of, was one of my favorites last season. So I really hope she gets a little bit further than what she did last time. That's for sure. So let's get started with this draft per se. So here we have our little draft board. Liz, of course, will be here with us shortly. Liz and I have already done a draft from last year. So we felt like, we're okay having like the fewer picks. So we'll be okay with 4 on our team. Jamie and Sarena, you get 5 on your team. So you get a little bonus as being guests, okay? Now, Derrick, since you're kind of the production person for this, so I will give you the power. First and second, get 1 extra pick. So would you rather have Jamie go first or Sarena go first? Pressure's on you.
Sarena can go first.
Congratulations,
Thank you
Sarena.
so
Before you do get started, so take a moment to think who you want in your first draft pick. Shout out from the audience here. Perhaps this might change your vote. Watching us is Nathan, also on the show. Julia's here. Perhaps this is the Julia in the cast. Maybe, maybe not. We'll find out later. Shane, thanks for joining in. We wouldn't be here, honestly, without Shane and all the hard work that he also put in on the production side of things. And Banishment, I think they're an online game checking this out too. So shout out for giving Derrick the power. So that was a good choice on my part. So hey, there we go. Sarena.
All right. So I thought about this a little bit. I think my first pick is going to be Phaedra. She's young, but I mean, she goes to law school. That's like a grinding experience. So like somebody that always has a lot running through their mind. For some reason, I watched this YouTube channel of this girl that goes to law school, even though I have nothing to do with law, but I know it's like a lot of like organization, a lot of just like managing a lot of relationships with people. So that was kind of the main thing that I looked at. She also, like from her bio, like said that she's, a loyal player, is there to win as well. So I think she's a good pick, good first pick.
I really liked what she said. She wanted to be her true, genuine self. Like she emphasized this in her little cast bio. So I hope she sticks with that.
What I'll say about Phaedra, no spoilers, I'm just going to give you a quick insight. Phaedra is very smart girl, really smart girl, or woman, I should say. She's an adult. She's good with people. She's very personable, I should say. She's quiet, but she's very nice. I feel like if I was like a player, she would probably be somebody that I gravitate towards, just from her personality. She's quiet as heck, but she's just that kind of person that you just want to be around. So
I like people who like cats.
Oh yeah, she does like cats too. She has a couple, I believe.
I enjoyed that fact too. Personally, I have a dog sitting on my lap right here. Not quite a cat, but almost the same size. So shout out to little Sam right here.
Hi, Sam.
I see Liz is joining us too. Liz, it looks like you're just getting out of your car or something. Hey.
Hey, Liz.
Hey, I'm actually getting in my car. But yeah.
So draft started. Sarena got first pick. She picked up Phaedra. So quick shout out to Liz. Liz is the host of Melbourne Survivor. So hey.
Hey.
And we also covered last season together, pretty much for the entire run. We got to meet almost all the cast members, and we're back in this season. So super excited to cover that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you're getting situated. We got Jamie. Jamie up next on our cast draft here.
I'm so excited. Like I get so out of everyone, I knew who I definitely wanted as my first pick if they were available. So I would definitely like to take Robin.
Oh yeah.
That was okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was one of my top picks too. So
honestly,
Me too.
big fan based on the profile. I was like, I hope this doesn't sound like too much hubris, but I think what stood out to me is like, this is the person who most reminds me of myself. So like, that's someone who I thought I would root for, you know. Not only is there like, I got to root for someone who has my same pronouns, but someone who says that they're like, one of their greatest attributes is empathy. I absolutely love that. Love that they're a social player as well. And I can very much relate with like the social anxiety piece, as I've already said. So it's just someone who I would want to root for and someone who I'd really want to see be successful. So that's a lot of what it was.
Robin's one of my good friends. A little biased when it comes to Robin. But again, Robin's one of those people that you gravitate towards, you want to be around. I've known them for a long time now. Even in like the orgs, Robin has been a good player. People just want to work with Robin, a big player in these orgs. So I'm excited for people to see them do what they do in the games.
I'm excited to see them too. Robin made a few posts in the past on live reality games, so I'm super excited to see Robin in this cast. Next up is either me or Liz, and of course we give all the power to Derrick tonight. So Derrick, Liz or Dustyn
It's
next?
gonna be Liz.
All right, Liz.
Yeah. So my first pick is gonna be JP. Partly, honestly, just because.
Oh no, that was my first pick.
Oh, is my audio going?
No, I was gonna say that was my first pick. So no.
Oh, okay. Oh shit. My bad. No, I'm glad I snagged that. Yeah, just because, like, his picture, like, I've never seen someone on a live reality game with that much enthusiasm and joy in his picture. Also, JP is what we call Josh Peterson, who's our another Melbourne Survivor person, and so I have a little attachment to that name. Yeah, and just and the struggles. I'm like, that I can relate. This is real. This is cool. And he's got style. He's got a fashion sense, and I think there is someone else who stands out as having the best fashion out of the cast, but JP's my first pick.
I don't think you have the power, Liz, to if I boot you from this channel. It's okay. I'm just joking. No, you have full access to this and everything. But congratulations. That was going to be my first pick. So I'm a little jealous. JP, I thought was
so
super personable and everything. So yeah, thanks, Derrick. I'll thank Derrick for letting you choose first. So.
All good, all good. So quick about JP. I don't have much to say about JP, but I will say, like Liz said, JP has one of those stories that people can relate to, and you want to be like, you want to hear more about it. I don't know if y'all seen his cast video where he was talking about himself, but it's like you hear his story and people like automatically connect with JP because so many people go through some things that they don't talk about. So to hear other people go through it, you just relate to it. So that's how you feel closer to JP. So yes.
And for anybody that missed the intro video, they did a special podcast with Silent Podcast over on YouTube. So check that out. You get a little 30-second clip of everyone introducing themselves, and then they do a draft themselves too. And they also, Penthouse wants you to put the Penthouse game hashtag in any draft that you do to kind of get the buzz a little bit going on this fantastic game. So that leaves me next, folks. So, and it's okay because I will get 2 in a row. This is my first time at a draft getting to choose last, actually. So, we are going to go based on who I chose last season. I chose Asher. Asher had that wonderful green hair, so I'm going to go with another green hair contestant, and I'm going to go with Mona Lisa. Even though it's more like a blue teal, it's pretty close to green, the greenest in this cast. So Mona Lisa definitely had the big personality. She had all the good vibes and everything. She was a fashion designer. Mona Lisa, where are we at? Right here. She was a huge fan of Kadia, and who isn't a fan of Kadia? Like, if you're a fan of Kadia, good choice. I think it might be a weakness of downplaying like her personality and stuff, but Mona Lisa, welcome to Team Dustyn. Any thoughts, Jamie, about Mona Lisa?
No, I mean, this was, she was someone who was on my short list of people I wanted. So I don't know. Maybe it's because I love my own blue hair when I have it. So that's something that stood out to me for sure. But no, I like anyone who says that they want to play a social game. I feel like social games are pretty underrated when it comes to reality shows because we're in like a hashtag big moves era when it comes to everything. So, I like anyone who describes themselves as social for sure. Yeah. Probably has a lot more fashion sense than me, so I can't relate to that, but she seems cool.
Yeah, she was also on my short list as well. I think it's always interesting, we love to see a big personality, but also if you can kind of manipulate people with that type of personality, which I feel like maybe what she might be saying and downplaying her weakness, but I'm excited to see her play.
The chat is blowing up with picks about your next one, Sarena. I know you're up. Oh no, I'm up next. That's right. Oh my gosh, I forgot.
Don't listen to the chat then. Don't listen to the chat.
Don't listen. I'm gonna go with what the chat says. I feel like audience participation is really great. So audience, I just want to say thank you, Gabriella. This person, this other person too, they're all voting for Austin to be chosen next. So I will listen to the audience and I will put Austin right up here. Hey, look at that, folks. So Austin seems to have a lot of personality as well. I think honestly, this whole cast has a lot of personality. Like, if it's not listed on someone's bio, it should be there on everyone's bio. Here's Austin. He is one of the younger ones. He relates as a Gen X twink for just clarification purposes, folks. He has played some orgs, so he has practiced a little bit of gameplay. Kind of views himself as a game bot, so I'm hoping in person he's able to open up and be a little less gamey and be a little bit more social and friendly, I guess, as opposed to just a game bot ready to play the game. So thanks, audience.
Yo,
I feel
it's
like
the
it's a
Gen
good
X
thing.
tweet for me. Okay. Sorry, Liz.
Sorry, I think it's a good thing that he recognizes himself as a game bot. It's the same with someone else in this cast, I think. Yeah, that's a good sign.
I'm curious to see like maybe it's the therapist in me. I want to see like the real him throughout this because like reading his profile is like a whirlwind because like he's an airhead and quirky and intellectual and introverted and extroverted. So like what does that all mean and look like in one person? I'm really curious to see that.
I think we see it right there in that picture, and I think probably we're going to see it in the season sometime. So. Thank you, Austin. Before we go on, who wants to say thank you? You're welcome. Good taste. Yep. So, anyway, Liz.
Yeah. My next pick is where are they? Is Jules. Not just because of the hair. I know someone chose Mona Lisa partly because of the hair.
And it didn't work well for me last time. So.
But Jules, I think, is the person here with the best fashion sense. Just with that hat, I love that hat. I just think they're going to be someone who's going to really stand out, and who I'm going to keep sort of waiting for confessionals to come up, you know? And yeah, I feel like I'm not going to get bored, and I'm going to be keen watching them.
Sarena.
Also, I like.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Sorry, I just love that it's like yeah, so they're like not in the in crowd, but very social. I love that conflict there.
I was gonna go to Sarena. Thoughts about Jules here? Short list as well.
Also, yes, you guys are really making me struggle here. Yeah, I really also appreciate like the improv portion of like her job or occupation or whichever it is, because in some kind of conversations, you really have to think on your feet and be ready to, roll with the punches. And I mean, if anybody, I know the main rule is if anybody offers you an alliance, you say yes, yes, and. So I think they'll be ready for that.
I think we're ready for our next pick now. Jamie. Back to you.
Gosh, there's a few people who I still want. So I think my next pick is gonna be Edmund.
Why Edmund?
Edmund has a lovely profile. Again, I keep on citing like as a therapist, as someone who's really an advocate for others and into social justice causes. Like it's just nice to see someone who is so authentically themselves, and that's the type of person who I'd want to see do well and want to root for him and all of that. I think there's a lot of good stuff here.
He also looks amazing.
Yes, another person on the cast who definitely has better fashion sense than I do.
Yes, I was just going to say, you guys are like giving credit to a lot of people having fashion. There were 4 people in this cast who were like fashion gurus. They were like doing it down. Edmund was for sure one of them. I love Edmund. Edmund has such a good heart. He is a strong like advocate for Black people, not just Black people, but gay people as well, or just people in general. Edmund has such. Like he's so genuine, and I think that may be something that I can use in the game. He is such a good person. I love Edmund. I might be talking because I'm biased. I only knew Edmund just from going out there and meeting him in Arkansas, but I love the guy so much just since then. So,
I really liked his bio. He was super nice, joyful, and he wants to spread peace and joy, like
so much
like
fun.
The holidays all the time. So that's fantastic.
He's always fun.
See here, Sarena.
All right. Now that you're really making me struggle here. Okay.
But you get
so
2 in a row. I forgot this about my turn. So remember.
Oh yeah. Okay. I get 2.
Some strategy here.
All right. So the first person I'm going to pick is Jada. Mainly because I love a second chance. My second chance on Lip to Give, her second chance on the Penthouse. And it's sometimes it's just like more fun doing it again because you kind of have an idea of what kind of, things are going to happen. Maybe not all the twists or anything, but you're kind of coming in with like a more open mind and hopefully less stress. Depending on the situation. So that's why they're my next pick.
Yeah, I think really like that rumor that got kicked off last season. Derrick, you know anything about that rumor here? that really hurt Jada's gameplay, and Jada's coming back with a vengeance, I feel.
Yeah, that's what's different for Jada this season is last season we all saw it, the first maybe 10, 15 minutes of the game, I started to remember about Jada that just haunted her down until she was eventually eliminated. This season, we don't know. Maybe somebody does the same thing. We don't know. But if not, maybe that is a little less stress on Jada and she doesn't have to do as much and there's not so many eyes on her in the beginning. I personally was so excited when I saw Jada. I was happy. I had a part in, what happened to her last season. So to see her get another shot this season, I was happy for her. I want her to do well, and that's just what it is.
When the cast initially came out, when a few of the players were announced, I got a message on my phone. I was dinged a post. Liz actually tagged me in the release photo of Jada, saying that Jada's back. Oh my goodness, so excited. A quick shout out to you, Liz, on the road as well. Someone in the comments said, "Yes, ma'am, on the road." So you be careful out there.
Yeah, all good, all good. I've got a helper here.
Oh, hey, Liam.
Hey.
But yeah, I'm super keen for Jada. I think it's gonna be a different story for her this time, and I'm keen to see what she does. I hope she's really like proactive with how she plays, and rather than like having to react to stuff happening to her.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Sarena, up again.
All right, another one. Okay, so have a little bit of a toss-up here. I think I'm gonna go with Kyle. I feel like I would love to see him and Edmund work together. They seem like they have similar personalities, like just a big heart, and also like kind of knowing yourself in the game. He said like his weakness is being hyper aware, but also that could be considered a strength if you already know going in that you maybe are kind of a paranoid person. Maybe you can work that to your advantage. So yeah, I would love to see how they do in this cast.
Kyle is a fellow Michigander, so I am super jealous that you got him on your team. I feel like I'm jealous of everyone's team, but especially mine at the moment, even though, anyway. People from Michigan honestly have a very high success rate in winning these live reality games for some reason. Mayhem Manor is happening this weekend down in Florida, and for the last 3 seasons, the winner has been from Michigan. Just saying. Like, Michigan turns up the winners here, so.
And Survivor Michigan, like all 3 winners. Yeah.
That is a fun fact, yes, Liz. Everyone from Survivor Michigan has been from Survivor from Michigan. Let's see here. Dr. Jamie, what's going on over here? So
I am so excited. The next person that I get, I would really like to have Xena, please.
Just because you said please, okay?
Yeah.
Xena, great choice.
Thank you. No, super excited. Another person who just like really stood out to me. I really, a lot of my downfall when it comes to at least the online games that I play is that I'm loyal to a fault. I think that I am too good of an ally to people, so I appreciate people who are willing to be loyal to others. So when she said that on her profile, it really stood out to me. I hope that she is able to fulfill her goals of being like that social player under the radar, play a loyal and consistent game. I said that before, but I feel like that type of player is often underappreciated in games. So I want to like celebrate that and be like, hey, this is someone who I want to root for. And I relate to the being too competitive too. So there's that.
Sounds like she may be working with my team a little bit, saying Xena bestie from Austin. So hey, maybe our teams can like work together, Jamie. Okay.
Love that for us.
Let's see here. Up next, Liz
Yeah.
and Liam.
Okay, so my next pick is Julia.
Uh-huh.
I just have a real strong feeling that she's gonna go far. I get good vibes. Watch her be first boot, but no. Like her last season, my winner pick was Nicole. No, I have good vibes from Julia.
And speaking of Nicole, Nicole is one of the now executive producers of Ascendance Live, that's also airing another live reality game that everyone can follow along with. So I think Nicole really turned that first boot into something really great, and now she has a whole new show and great cast and great episodes. So when Penthouse starts out on every other day, you can go check something else out. Ascendance Live might be one of those shows you check out.
Mm-hmm. I hope she's not first boot though.
Julie's very nice.
But if she is, it's fun. Still love it.
Julia's very nice. I had a lot of conversation with Julia, and she can hold conversations very well. Super genuine person as well. So I hope you guys enjoy Julia this season. I'm pretty sure people will enjoy Julia this season, though. So.
I hope so too, and I hope like Liz, you didn't curse her like you cursed Nicole last time. So she is adaptable and likable. She shared a really nice story about how she transferred to so many schools, and she was always the new person in school. So that really goes to show how adaptable she was. I mean, we all remember high school, essentially. Like, it was always awkward at times, and especially switching schools so often in so many years, that must be awkward times at least 10 or 9, at least.
Yeah, like I stayed in the same school, and it took me all of that time to adapt. I think some others are in the same boat. So being able to adapt that quickly and in a game that goes so fast, like, that's gonna be really handy.
Let's see here. My turn. Let's see here. I'm excited for this next person because I feel like this person is going to balance out my team per se. I'm really looking at trying to like round my team out. I am going to go with. I really have no decision right now. I'm making this up on the fly. Okay. We're gonna go with Matt. Matt owns a dog, and I own a dog. So, Matt, welcome to my team. I wonder if everybody on my team has a dog. That would be nice. Let's see here. No, Matt was really aware of his flaws, per se. He said he was very chaotic, very erratic, very all over the place. And so he knows his flaws, and he can work around them. I feel the ability to open up to people is great, but hopefully he knows, as he says, in his weakness, not to share too much or to trust too much. He's a fan of wrestling. I know nothing about wrestling, so hey, look.
You balance each other out.
Exactly.
Hey, Dustyn, I think you might be on something. I believe if Austin has a dog, I think he does. Everybody on your team does have a dog. Yes.
Ooh. Team dog.
Dog pound.
Austin, you are in the chat, so if you have a dog. If not, you can just pretend and say you have a dog. And
a stuffed dog works too.
So, Sarena, thoughts about Matt here?
Yeah, I thought his profile is interesting. It's really good, I think, sometimes in a game, especially depending on how quick it goes, to open up to people and let them believe, that you're like loyal and trustworthy. And if that's kind of who he is in the first place, as long as he knows that could, in the long run, like if he opens up too much, hurt him. But I think when you need to make a good first impression, that's something that's really, really important, especially in these quick kind of games.
Mm-hmm. For clarification purposes, it does look like Austin is chiming in a Rufus, old and fat and fluffy. So go Team Dog, right?
Woof woof.
Yeah.
I think one thing I'm excited about for all these people watching this is to like assess their own strengths and weaknesses throughout the course of the season to see how they compare to what they say. Because one thing that's interesting is this self-report doesn't allow for variances in self-awareness. So it'll be interesting to see if it is consistent with what they say.
Having watched yourselves on screen, Jamie, do you feel like that too? Were you able to watch yourself on screen and take something away from that? Sarena, same question to you in a moment. So.
Oh, absolutely. I hyper-analyze myself way too much of the time. I think the main thing that I took away from like my season was that I think people tend to like me a lot more and a lot easier than I think that they will. So I think if I just can like lead with just like my true self, I think I'll do better socially than I thought that I would.
And Sarena?
For me, I think my main issue is that I'm in my head a lot of the games that I've played, and I should open up more and should like give more of my information and show that I'm trusting or loyal or whatever it is, and even just to relieve my, and I feel like that's always a drawback when I watch myself back, that I'm just like panicking on my own.
Liz, same thing too. Do you see the self even as the host, or you actually played Backyard Survivor? How was it to watch yourself experience the game?
Yeah. I mean, Backyard Survivor was such a in your face. Here's some hard truth for you to swallow. So that I don't know, but I feel like I play differently any time, and I think I'm just chaotic. I'm just a bit too chaotic. I'm just a bit. Just want to do stuff, make stuff happen, and sometimes I don't really care if it's the best decision. I just kind of want to do something and self-sabotage. I think that's my thing. So yeah.
There's few things I love more on this planet. There's few things I love more on this planet than chaotic neutral energy. It's perfect.
Liz, I actually agree. For me, it's like when I sign, we all sign up for these games to win, and I always tell people like, we haven't gotten to Keaton yet, so I'll save that statement for then. But people will be like, or I always say like, whatever happens. I'm coming here. I know that I'm playing a game, but I'm also like, there's cameras around, so I'm, we're here for. There's multiple reasons why we're here. So the only self-reflection that I had was like, damn, you really are an asshole. That is just what it's what it is. Fun way, good friend. But I didn't go there to make friends. I went there to play a game and to just do everything I could to win that game. Granted, I did leave the game with some friends, but that's not what I went there for. So just a self-reflection for me was, I'm going to go out there, do everything I can to win. If I make friends after that, I made friends. If not, hey, I got good friends at home that I had before here. So.
Damn.
And this is something that we all can put our spin on, like assessing this draft list. Like we see a little bits of ourselves in these players, in how they see their strengths, their weaknesses, and even their on-screen like camera time. You're like, oh yeah, that's how I would have reacted, or oh, I wouldn't have done that. Like we have the experience and having played these games, so this is interesting to see how we go on assessing other people, even though we assess ourselves after the game. Next up, on my team, to finalize my team, we are going to go with someone that maybe wasn't as loud at first in the opening. I think we're going to go with Audrey. A little bit on the quieter side. I think the other members of my team are a little bit more louder. And Audrey, please say you have a dog out there. So I'm going with the dog theme. If you don't have one, you can even get a stuffed dog. It's going to count. Okay. Team Dustyn Dog. Or we'll work on our team name later, folks. But Liz is shaking her head. You don't like my team name? Like, better than Blood Orange, okay?
Oh, it just sounded like a terrible team name, but I do like the alliteration is good. So if you can work something
You
out
can
for
change
that.
it like the dog pound works or something
Oh,
like that.
there we go.
Yeah.
Audrey is the croc queen, and y'all see why she's called that. You know what happens, but love Audrey so much, man. It's such a sweet person, spirit. Loves her. I think it's Diet Mountain Dew or Diet Coke, something like Diet Coke. Yes, there it is. Loves Diet Coke. I learned that during the filming, but croc queen for sure. Yes. Call her sport mode. Put it in sport mode. Put those Crocs
Oh my
in
gosh.
sport mode.
I just liked her confidence too. She killed the audition. She's like, I got cast in this instantly. Like, I think that is like subtle confidence, and I didn't see that in the opening. Besides, like her statements, I guess. But I guess we'll just see if that confidence comes out in other ways. Let's see here, Liz. You got one more pick. Got one more pick.
One more pick. Yeah, I'm going with John. I forgot about him for a bit there. Sorry, John. But yeah, when I was looking at the cast, John was one of my picks. So glad he's still there. I can't remember why he was my pick, but but just good vibes. There was something I read in the profile. Maybe it'll jog my memory.
I think John has a very gameplay like you do, Liz. Like you were just talking about, like you want to make big moves, you want to make plays, and I think John. Very similar.
Yeah, but I think he's going to be way better at it than I am, it's a low bar, but I think he's going to be methodical about the way that he does stuff. He says he's political and strong to his alliance, and I think that's gonna carry him through. But he's gonna be able to pick the right alliance and turn on the right people. I think. I don't know. I reckon he'll do well.
Yeah, John gave me kind of like Hamza vibes, like Big Brother Canada. He was on my season of Sequester, like kind of cocky, got a big head. So he was not in my short list. He was on my long list. But I'm sure if he doesn't even know the game, maybe he'll surprise us in that kind of strategy. But I was scared to pick him.
Yeah, he didn't ever come out saying that he didn't know the gameplay. However, he thought the losers were going to live in like a pig pen and everybody else was going to live in the nice house who won. So I was like, I don't know what game you're playing, John, but I'm excited to see once you know how the game's played, I guess.
But he's apparently going to be a massive strategist when he figures out the game.
Well, maybe that's part of what makes him a massive strategist, is that he can figure out these things really quickly,
Maybe that's the twist of the season. He already figured it out, so they couldn't have enough rooms in their budget, so they're like, everybody who lost the challenge has to sleep outside, right? A little bit of Survivor twist.
Yes, we love that.
Maybe
I think Derrick's nodding his head. We figured it out. There we go.
Spoiler.
Let's see here. Jamie.
Okay. Ooh, getting down to it.
4 left.
My next pick is gonna be I'm between 2. Let's go with Nicholas next. From the promo I watched, there was a good amount of Nicholas content, I feel. I think that he's going to be someone, again, with a big personality, and someone else on my team. I'm only picking people who have better fashion sense than I do. So Nicholas definitely fits within that. I don't know. Like, I think there's like a lot of confidence there. I wish I myself was a more confident person, so maybe I can kind of live vicariously through him in this season. And the non-judgmental piece definitely stands out to me. So yeah, I'm excited to see him.
Nick is another one of the fashion people to look for this season. Look after look, they're there. When I first got there, night zero, I walked the door. Nick was the first person I've seen. That footage you all seen, Nick had that the pink two-piece suit on. There was like shorts and the hair was up in the bun. Icon there. Nick's funny as hell. It's cool as hell. The part about the judgment thing, Nick's gonna make you feel just as welcomed as anybody else. Everybody's gonna be like that. Nick is awesome. Nick's an awesome person. So I'm excited for people to get to see Nick as well.
I'm excited for all of his hobbies, like fashion, modeling, and then to top things off, he raps and he has a skincare line. Oh my gosh!
Yes, if confidence was a person, it would definitely be Nick. By the way, that he grabs a room and he's gonna hold it until he leaves. Like that is just what he does. It's crazy. It's a good thing. Good thing though, Nick. Keep it up. Don't let that light shine dim for anyone.
All right. What is crazy also is we're almost done here, folks. We are at our final 3 contestants to draft. And like I said earlier, like this cast is amazing personality-wise. So we do wish everyone in the cast the best of luck. Having played these games before, like you're already a winner in our books. Like you put yourselves out there on camera, you put yourself out there for gameplay. You're gonna break down, you're gonna cause drama, you're gonna have an episode. It's okay. Like we've all been there. So props to you for applying and great job for getting out there. So Sarena, you pretty much have the last choice here. You'll be getting one and then another. And then Jamie, you'll be getting the last one. And maybe the winner pick. We don't know. So
who's to say?
Okay, so my next pick is Nathan. I think that he seems like he, has that kind of strategic mindset. I love the comment about, the escape room master. I personally suck at escape rooms. I've barely ever escaped. But having that mindset of looking for clues or, just noticing maybe even in body language that could probably come up. And also just, feeling for himself that he's confident, social, even if his weakness is in a situation where he's up against a big personality, it's so easy to just be like, okay, let that person run their mouth and do that thing. And then I'm going to be over here just conniving to get them out the next round. It's easy as that. So yeah, I also hope that he comes in a little bit of drag at some point.
Nathan will even come back in drag and be like, oh, there's a new cast member that just walked in.
Twins.
You make a good point with the room escape thing. I forgot Penthouse is known for hiding clues and advantages around. So I think that's a great point. I think he'll be searching just as much as Sabrina searched last time and was able to find that.
I mean, did she really search?
Yeah, well,
she found it, but she didn't really
everybody else walked right by it.
Yeah, but she didn't really search for it though. I was searching, but you see, my searching, I came up with nothing. She did have to search, and she still found that. So yes.
Liz, as someone that has found an advantage out in the what?
Sorry. Just the I didn't even really find the advantage that I found in it.
Sometimes they just show up in a tree,
it was
right?
just someone had to point it out to me, on an exile corner of the backyard twist. Someone literally had to point it out for me to see it. So I have mad respect for people who can find things.
I was never able to find anything in the games that I played. Kirk walks away with 3 idols or whatnot. Sarena, have you ever found anything?
Kirk's insane with that.
I have no interest in embarrassing myself by playing an advantage incorrectly. So no, I don't even bother looking.
And then Jamie, I don't think there was any like advantages in.
Oh, there was a
hidden in the
lot of
mall.
stuff hidden in the mold. There were lots of notes, clues, etc. that apparently the entire cast was talking about, whereas I was just off living my best life. As an effect of being allies with the mole, he did not let me know all this stuff was in the game. So, and when no one told me about it, I just never heard about it. So that was fun to know that was a thing afterward, and it just went right over my head as I was, sucking at everything that I tried, basically.
Well, let's see here, Sarena.
All right, so I think my last pick is going to be Laurel, mainly from the comments between, there's two like main things between her and Keaton, where Derrick, you kind of mentioned it earlier, similar to your gameplay, like Keaton is there to win no matter what, whereas Laurel said that she's there for the experience. For me, obviously I want to win whenever I'm in a game, but also I've made some of the best friends that I have in my whole life from games. And it's always amazing to come out with like an experience where you have those relationships afterwards. Although I would love to win things as well. So that's my main reason for picking Laurel over Keaton. Just because I feel like I kind of have that same kind of mindset when I play games.
I think she's very observant. She observed that she called the place fancier, and she observed that there were more cast members. So, also, I am looking forward to the dancing and singing challenge. It seems like a lot of folks on this cast have the dancing, the singing. So, Derrick, I really hope there is like a musical number, maybe like the opening or something. That would be great.
We'll see. We'll find out in 2 weeks.
I will say on my short list of people I wanted, Laurel was number 6. So like she just didn't get picked by me because I got 4 people who were in my top 5 already. So it would have been almost perfect if I got her to end it. So yeah, I like some of the same stuff that Sarena did about her.
Mm-hmm. We're just gonna flip right on over to Keaton. Keaton is our last member, but Keaton, we know. Best of luck. Jamie, congratulations. Keaton, on your team.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely intrigued to see how he does. I think he's someone who likely would play a different game to how I would play. So I guess that's cool, at least, because trust me, a game would not be interesting if there were, 18 Jamies in it. So I don't know. I feel like I have a pretty well-rounded team overall. So I think he might be the most self-focused or like in it, because other people talked about being more social or talked about being like loyal players. So I guess he rounds me out.
I know a lot of people usually bond right off the bat on location. There are a few people, I think, from New York or that area. So that could be
I'm from upstate New York as well. So I did have to give the shout out for that. I appreciated that part.
That's the other cool thing. I'm from Vermont myself, so pretty darn close. So yeah.
We gotta watch out for that Northeast Alliance, right?
Yeah, so I'm 100% backing Keaton on what he said about, not looking to make the bonds. Now, like Sarena said, she made some great friends from these games. I have also made some of my closest friends have come from playing these games. But that ain't what I came here for, I didn't come here to be your friend. Granted, I'm probably going to leave here with some friends because it's nice to have friends. But I respect Keaton coming in and say, look, I'm not here to make those bonds. I'm not here to build friends, make friends. I just want to play a game. I want to win, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to win. Granted, we all know making friends, that would be nice as an extra bonus to come with it. But that ain't what Keaton came for.
But I think more often than not, it's the people who can balance that will do better. At least, that's what I see in like actual shows of things, like, because to make those big moves or to really like get to the end and like be respected, like people have to like you. So, I mean, if you can like balance those things together, you're probably in a good position.
I mean, I can't speak for Keaton's balance, but I can speak for my own balance. I got to fourth place, playing the game that I played last season, even going out. Sorry for the spoilers for people who haven't seen we're going to watch. Even after going out earlier and coming back, it's just all about, first of all, you have to be able to build some kind of alliance. So yes, I say I didn't go to make their friends, but I also know how to be social and to play the game. So that's all a part of playing the game, just being social. But if you're going to be making those big moves, or you're going to play this villain character or be a villain, you have to know how to build relationships in the meantime of that too. But again, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to play a game. So that's what I'm doing. So I respect Keaton's move to say that.
Yeah.
No, you're good, Liz. Go for it.
Like, being like, a self-professed like game bot person, and like can be a good thing in the sense that like he's not going to be seen as a social threat at any point, and people are going to overlook him because if he's not talking as much at the start, but then they might not see how well he can actually do in the challenges, and how he can get himself out of a tight spot or something like that. So yeah.
Yeah, and I think knowing that you're a game bot, or that you've played these kinds of games before, or something, like you already know who you are kind of in these situations, and it's something that you can work with, and you already know maybe, oh, right here I have to like pump it up a little bit, even though that's not really like what would come natural. So it's definitely like not all like weakness. I think there's definitely like he'll be like a very interesting person to see the dynamics that he creates within the game.
I think it's a very interesting dynamic that we've all picked very different teams, it looks like. I think we're all very well-rounded in strategy, personality, and hopefully luck. Because, of course, in every game, you're always going to need quite a bit of luck to get to the end. That's for sure. Thank you, everyone in the comments who has been tuning in and sharing your opinions. I know I was very thankful for you rooting for Austin, and maybe I should have listened to you sooner for some other folks. But hey, best luck to everyone. I know a lot of the contestants, Matt and Xena, are here too, and looks like Nick is here as well. And I just want to say thank you for tuning in. I hope you all do well, and I hope you all had a fantastic experience, as I know the Penthouse normally does for folks. So, Jamie, how's your team looking? What are you excited about?
I am very excited for my team. I mean, like I said, like pretty much got my dream team. I think this is an amazing group of people, and more than anything, like even if they don't win, I think these are going to be fun, entertaining people for me to watch. So that's the most important thing to me.
Liz, you looking forward to sitting down with some of these folks from your team and interviewing them and saying, where's the strategy?
Where's the strategy? I'm very interested in that. I'm psyched for these people. I think they'll be fun to watch. So looking forward to this.
I'm excited. Shout out to my team here. Dog Pound Woof. Exactly. I have a little dog right here. Oh, here's our mascot. There we go. He's blind and deaf. Okay, he could be our mascot. So there we go. Go Dog Pound. Sarena, thoughts about your team?
I think overall the cast is really awesome. It's going to be, I think, a really dynamic season. I'm really excited for my team, the finalists. I love them. I can't wait to see one of them win. I think I got some really good picks.
All right, Derrick, how did we do? Like, kind of sum it up for us.
I feel like overall, just no spoilers here, somebody has a kick-ass team overall. But a good team's good, well-rounded team. So a very good, well-rounded team. But one person has a very superior team. That's it.
Thank you.
Excited. And thank you in general. Like I said, thank you to the audience. Thank you, folks, for coming out tonight. Jamie, make sure you stay tuned for Jamie's Mole series coming out eventually. Super excited about that. Sarena, make sure you catch Sarena on Live to Give, coming out right now, airing right now. And then Liz, thanks for all you do, and I'll see you back here for the podcast. And Liam, thank you for helping out in the background too. And Derrick, thank you for tuning in, for your advice, your content as production.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Everybody else, we'll see you later. All right, bye.